good afternoon, New Zealand. Welcome to Believe It or Not News. I'm Helen Pang.
And I'm Harvey Wood. Today on Believe It or Not News, we have a new teleporter made out of extremely simple things and a projector that projects 3D images without glasses, as well as some wild weather with Chris. But first up, a new jetpack.
Yesterday morning, a 35-year-old man, Ratchet Fongoid, designed and made a new jetpack. He started designing this jetpack when he was 25 years old, and after 10 years, he now has the final product. He has made this jetpack for 10-year-olds and up for a fun, new, exhilarating sport. He hopes that kids and adults will enjoy it. Fongoid has spent many frustrating days trying to figure out what materials will suit his new design. This new jetpack can now let you breathe underwater like no other jetpack. It comes with an oxygen tank and mask so you can breathe. You can also use it to hover, but as a limited amount of time. Sometimes you might need to fill up the petrol tank or the oxygen tank if it runs out. He hopes the jetpack is not too heavy overall. All his tests have told him that it works, but he's still not quite sure yet. Fongoid is proud of his jetpack, and he hopes everyone enjoys it. What an amazing invention! Let's cross live to our reporter Tom Frizzell, who is with Ratchet Fongoid.
Hi, I'm Tom Frizzell, and here we have Ratchet Fongoid. Hi Ratchet, and thanks for joining us today. How did you make this jetpack?
Well, I studied rocket science for 7 years, and I just fiddled with some wires and rockets and put them together, and I got the jetpack.
What inspired you to make it?
Well, I watched a documentary about birds, and I found it really interesting, and I thought it would be quite fun and exhilarating to fly.
Why do you think this invention will be popular with children?
Because people have always wanted to fly, and now's their chance.
Thanks, Ratchet, and that's all from me. Now back to you, Harvey, in the studio.
An interesting interview. Thanks, Tom. And now for something completely different. This morning, 27-year-old inventor Terry Porter announced her newly invented teleporter device. She had been puzzling over how to do it for 6 years before finding the solution. Even then, it was only because her dog brought in some random things into her inventing studio. Terry fiddled around with the items and analyzed their properties. After 3 weeks of analyzing and studying the seemingly irrelevant objects, she discovered that her 6-year conundrum had been solved by a piece of fluff, 2 bits of wire, iron filings, and some foil. She put the 2 wires in the fluff, covered it in iron filings, wrapped the whole thing in copper foil, then wrapped it again in aluminium foil. Then she modified the wristwatch to accommodate the device so it would be easy to carry. The first test Terry did was just to teleport to her front door. It was successful, so she teleported 2 miles to the dairy, another success. So she attempted the ultimate test. She successfully teleported from Invercargill all the way to here in the studio in Wellington. Transport will never be the same again. Now over to our reporter Daniel Winsley, who is in the studio with Terry Porter.
Thanks, Harvey. I wish I had a teleporter. I'm Daniel, and joining me now is Terry. So, why did you invent the teleporter?
Because travelling took too long.
What gave you the idea to make the teleporter?
I watched a documentary of teleporters, so that gave me the idea to make one.
What do you think this will do to the airline industry?
There's going to be a big dent in their wallets, and travelling will not be the same again.
Thanks for your time, Terry. I'm Daniel Winsley for Believe It or Not News.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm sure we would all prefer to teleport instead of wasting time at airports. And now for something that will make television viewing more interesting. Yesterday, Mickey Jones announced a new invention that he had invented at his house. The invention is a new kind of projector that can project 3D images without the help of 3D glasses. Mickey has been working on this invention for nearly 6 years. It has been tested and it works. The only thing he needs to work on is to make the images projected in colour. In about a year, this invention will be used in cinemas to make movies more interesting. After about 3 or 4 years, this invention may be used TV. A 5-minute 3D movie will be shown at the cinemas in about 2 weeks to help raise interest in this invention. In the meantime, you'll just have to imagine TV in 3D until it becomes a reality. That sure will improve viewing 3D. Those glasses make you look silly. Here to tell us more is our on-the-spot reporter, Abby.
Thanks, Helen, for that interesting story about 3D projection. I'm Abby Rush, and joining me now is Mickey Jones. Why would people want to change to this new projector?
Because it's new and different, and like no other 3D projector, and doesn't use 3D glasses.
How will you market this invention?
I'll market it on TV, but in 3D of course, so they get the idea of what it is like.
What were your thoughts when you realised you had produced a new 3D projector?
Great, because it's not every day you invent something new what doesn't take accessories like 3D glasses.
Thanks for your time, Mickey. Now over to you, Chris, with the weather update.
Kia ora. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather. Across New Zealand, starting in north in Auckland, it will be mainly fine with a few clouds in the sky. There will be a high of 13 degrees and light breezes coming from the east. I would go to the beach today because it is mainly fine with little wind. In Hamilton, it will be mainly fine with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 7. The wind will be at least 25 km per hour. Today in Taupo, it will be fine with lots of sunshine. The high temperature will be 10 degrees and there will be strong easterly winds. In New Plymouth, get your umbrella out because the rain will be bucketing down. The high will only get to 5 degrees over the Cook Strait. Over the Cook Strait, Picton tops with a high of 31 degrees. But beware, as a huge gale will hit Picton in the afternoon. Stay somewhere sheltered and don't put your recycling bins out. Showers in Kaikoura break by midday, so leave your whale watching to the afternoon. In Christchurch, there will be isolated showers and thunder throughout the day. The temperature will drop to below 0, possibly as low as -20. A hurricane follows showers in Dunedin. 1 is your high. That's all from me for now. Good afternoon, Crofton Downs. Catch you tomorrow. Back to the news desk with Harvey and Helen.
Thank you, Chris. We'll be sure to wrap up warm in Christchurch today. Well, folks, it's all from us too.
We hope you enjoyed the show and we wish you all a pleasant afternoon. Thank you all for watching and we'll see you again next time.
From the whole team at Believe It or Not News,
Goodbye,
Inohora.
Ladies and gentlemen, roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1. Take 2.